up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Jed Adventures. So we decided to do this is Gia, this is Mercedes, my wife, sister-in-law. She's on contract. It's okay. So we decided we wanted to do a trailer review, even though it hasn't officially come out, but it's floating around on the interwebs of Infinity War. It's got deleted a lot of times, multiple areas of, everywhere, spanning from Facebook shared links to Twitter links that people in the showing recorded. So where was this trailer shown at D23 or?
No, it was shown at D23, but it was recorded at the Comic-Con because nobody could record it at D23.
Okay.
Because there's no video recording.
It's like that strict, that strict about it.
At D23.
So anyway, we're going to be talking about the Infinity War trailer that did get released exclusively at, one of the two, doesn't matter, it got released. Intense. Super intense.
Super pumped.
We have this huge cast of characters. It opens up with the Guardians flying around in the spaceship, and bam, right off the bat, Thor hitting the window, and Groot, of course, saying something funny. What did he say? It was the windshield. No, I'm sorry. Rocket. Groot probably said, "I am Groot." But just spoiler alert. He says, "I am Groot." We have Rocket say, "The windshield wiper.
Get it off.
Get it off." And of course, it's funny. They haven't run into each other before. This is the first time that it's the first time for a lot of characters to be on screen at the same time.
Yep.
They pull him in, and Mantis is there, a nice add-on to the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy. She makes him wake up with her powers. He wakes up and he's, "Who the hell are y'all guys?" And it starts. It begins just completely from there, just complete madness.
So does that mean that after Ragnarok, that's where...
I'm assuming, given the assumption that at the end of Thor Ragnarok, Thor ends up floating in space somehow, and then Guardians run into him with the ship, maybe that's where we pick off at, which is... Honestly, if you think about it, Thor's had a rough couple of weeks. If that's where it picks up at, but you have everything going on. You have the scene where Tom Holland, who plays Peter Parker as Spider-Man, his hair rises when he's in the school bus. You see him in the Iron Spider suit. It looks like everyone's getting a mild upgrade. The Hulkbuster looks like a new form of the Hulkbuster we see in there. Looks like Tony Stark has a new suit on. We don't see the Hulk in any of the trailer, which raises an eyebrow, but he is on the cast list. Yeah. So most likely he's going to be in there. What happened to him after Thor Ragnarok? We don't know. That's something that the movie might answer. A lot going on. And just to give you all an idea... We have Star-Lord, Black Widow, we have Groot, Captain America, Doctor Strange, we have Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, we have Spider-Man, Iron Man, Loki, Bucky Barnes, Thor, Maria Hill, who has to deal with S.H.I.E.L.D., Thanos, obviously, Nick Fury, we have Gamora, we have Rocket Raccoon, we have Clint Parker, Hawkeye, Stan Lee obviously making his cameo, we have Nebula, we have Drax the Destroyer, we have Vision, Hulk, Mantis, Black Panther, I said Groot already, Wong, we have the Collector in there, Sam Wilson, which is playing Falcon, we have Black Panther's crew in there, we have Ant-Man, and I noticed this listed as one of the characters, but Bluebird. Bluebird is actually a support character for Spider-Man. In the comic book, she plays a supportive character, hero type. It's a smaller hero, but she is in there. She's listed in the cast.
Ant-Man and Wasp aren't in.
Ant-Man is, but from what we have so far, Wasp isn't listed, which is interesting because I would like to see Wasp in there. But we are getting a part 2 of Infinity War. There's going to be 2 Infinity War movies, so there's filler in between. Yeah. I don't know if we'll be getting Captain Marvel in this. I know that the movie obviously that's coming up pretty soon.
But that's based back in the 90s.
Yeah, so from what we've heard so far, as far as from San Diego Comic-Con and all the panels and everything so far, we know that Captain Marvel, the movie is going to be based in the 90s. Where her role is going to play, is she going to be an after credit scene? We also have confirmed that the villains are going to be Skrulls, which is big too. That's going to play a big role. But overall, this trailer is just so intense. We get Thanos walking in full body. You see his character.
And
he has the gauntlet on.
Him and Gamora, like where they kind of.
Well, it has. There's this scene where Gamora. It looks like she's in the Collector's space, like where his area, and all the tubes are broken, and it looks like his collection is just everywhere, and which I'm assuming Thanos went there. He sent someone there to collect that stone that he has.
Yeah.
So there's just so much going on, and so much that this has been building up to. Is there anything that y'all catched initially that y'all want to talk about?
It was pretty cool to see Doctor Strange just doing his thing.
Oh, he's doing the spells as
cool.
Star-Lord's jumping on him, and I think me and Edward talked about this too. He's gonna have a very important role in this Doctor Strange. He can literally open gates to other dimensions, and we get a slight little taste of what Thanos can do in this trailer. There's a scene where he literally pulls his hand back with the gauntlet, closes it, and he goes forward with it, and you can see that he doesn't have all the stones in his gauntlet, and he brings down meteors, insane, and that's not even with all the stones. So you get a little taste of how serious Thanos is, which was my biggest thing about this. Is I want him to be feared. I want him to be this character like he is. Yeah, I want him to be this character in the comic, like they make out in the comic book. Thanos is not to be, messed around with. You hear his name and literally it sends shivers down character spines.
Yeah, people hated Gamora because they knew that, in the first Guardians, because they knew that she was working with Thanos and was his daughter.
Thanos is the name that strikes fear in people. So far, from what we've seen, from this snippet that we've seen from this trailer that got let out, it looks like, he's taking on that form.
I just remembered this, but I think I can't really make out a lot in the video because it's not the official
release.
It's just something off a camera, like a phone camera.
Thanks to those guys. Thank you, first of all. If somehow someone sees this that was there, thank you.
What is the name of the actual 3 kids that they let out? That was Thanos' kids.
Oh, that they revealed at D23. I know Proxima Midnight is the
But what
is
are
the girl.
their names?
Oh, the Black Order.
Yes, I think I saw.
You think that's who they're fighting?
I think it is.
So, for those of y'all who don't know, there was statues that were revealed at D23, and it was of the Black Order, which is basically people who were under Thanos that worked for him pretty much. Proxima Midnight being one of them, and 3 other male characters that are under him, and that very may well be who's doing all the dirty work and fighting for him until he gets there. And it looks like Thanos.
Because there is different. There's fighting on Earth and then fighting somewhere else.
There's a lot of action. There's just a buttload of action, and it looks like he comes to Earth at one point.
Yeah, because I think that's what Tony Stark had said. He's coming to us.
Yeah.
And in this trailer, there's so many intense scenes. You have bloody Tony Stark. You have looks like a defeated Spider-Man.
Apologizing to Tony Stark.
He quotes, and I quote, he says, "I'm sorry." And oh man, it's just. And then you have there's a scene where Thanos is literally crushing, or you can see his hand around Thor's head. And it's just, it's insane to just think about how much anxiety I'm going to have during this movie. There's a lot going on, but the thing that I overlooked is all the gyms. How are they going to play into all this?
Well, you do see a Vision. It looks like he's captured or something
He's
like
behind.
that.
Look, he's in a type of cell. It looks like he's behind some
and
bars.
you do see what's his name, Loki, holding up the what is it?
Tesseract?
Yes.
He's holding up the
he's
Tesseract.
presenting it to somebody.
He's presenting it to somebody. I don't think I got a good view on what gem he has. He has a couple of them. He doesn't just have one in his gauntlet.
Yeah.
He has like at least two.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 or 3, maybe even. But you definitely saw that there was empty slots in his gauntlet. We know that Doctor Strange, as of now that we know of, has that time gem. You know, so in the case of something bad happening, can he do what he did in the movie? Can he turn back time to correct the things that are going on? Can we replay through a brutal scene to see what we can do to stop it? There's so many questions and such a big cast and so many years that have gone into building this movie. You have everything from, you know, Captain America, the first Avenger, to which is Captain America isn't my favorite, but he plays a good. He adds to the story, obviously. Yeah, you have Steve Rogers in a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there, but he's in a.
I can't really tell if he was suited up or not.
It didn't look like he was suited up in the trailer, but he has a beard on. You know, it definitely looks like he's gone through some stuff. And with the end of Civil War,
him and Iron Man are in good terms.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. At the end of Civil War, you kind of don't know where things are gonna go from there. Obviously, they all have to end up working together. Mm-hmm. You know that, but how does it get to that point? We have Black Panther that's coming out, which we're gonna get more deeper into his character. He had a really good fight scene from what I saw. You know, he's scratching, and you have Bucky, Winter Soldier, just laying it down too. He's fighting someone.
It looked like he was standing side by side with Black Panther.
No, it was 2 different scenes.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it showed Black Panther in front of his crew, his army, and then it cut and it was Bucky with the gun, and just so much going on. What do you think? Any like things that that stood out in the trailer that we saw?
So as far as like Thanos, I guess something that I was really kind of trying to notice or like focus on was Nebula and Gamora because of the whole backstory and we've learned about them and the Guardians, both movies.
Right.
How they're gonna react to Thanos. I mean,
because honestly,
you can see Nebula fighting.
But there's fear in them.
Yeah, and Gamora is just like her whole demeanor is just,
Any take? Any excitement? Any scares? Anything that you noticed that maybe like rose a red flag to you?
That they all look like they're being freaking.
And it's a possibility,
they all look defeated at some point
in the trailer.
Yeah, like they're all like it's no.
Also, Loki, I didn't know that he was presenting this.
Yeah, there's a scene where he has the Tesseract and he has
and
it.
we know that.
Or he's presenting something.
Yeah.
And it's important.
But to who and
Tesseract,
why and is he going bad again? Because it looks like in Ragnarok he's helping out Thor and he's part of the team
and I don't know who's talking about him exactly. It sounded like Mandis's voice, but in the beginning of the trailer we hear someone say death follows him like a shadow. And it's talking about Thanos. Are we gonna see death?
Yeah.
That's a big possibility too. Are we gonna get to see death take shape?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get an introduction? Is it gonna? Yeah, we always heard about death, and from the beginning, where they started throwing little hints at this whole Infinity War thing, I think it was said by someone to fight him or to go against him is to court death. Mm-hmm. And if you know anything about Thanos, that's literally what he is about. He's trying to please death, and which is insane within itself. Any input? Just anxiety.
Yeah.
It's so cool seeing everything that we've seen in all the Marvel movies coming together so well. And if y'all haven't heard, Mark Ruffalo actually did an interview at D23, I believe it was, And I don't. It's some
Some
people are
say
saying
it looked
it was a
staged,
spoil
yeah.
or it looked staged or. But
Like he was just kidding.
he said everyone dies, and it looked like a slip up. They made it look like a slip up. But to be honest, it's a real possibility.
Yeah.
You're going up against Thanos, and it kind of sheds some light, or maybe even teases at the fact that those visions that Tony Stark has been having. If y'all remember, I believe it was in the first Avengers, maybe the second Avengers, or Civil War. Was it Civil War?
No, it was whenever they were fighting.
Oh, Ultron. It was
Yeah.
when they were fighting Ultron. He has that vision of, everyone being dead and him also being among them. All of their bodies, including Hulk and everyone, just dead. And that's honestly, it's a possibility. They might all die. They're going if Thanos gets his hands on all of the gems, there's nothing really stopping them from saving themselves.
Yeah.
The dude's bringing down freaking meteors with just a couple of stones, and what he can do. I mean, he can go in and out of reality. He can manipulate time. Unlimited power type of thing that he has going on. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if everyone dies, and somehow I know this is reaching, or not this part, but somehow time getting turned back, or someone thought of a smart way to outsmart him. But this is just the comic book geek in me reaching out. Maybe it'll present different realities. Maybe it'll shed some light, or we'll get something of alternate universes. Again, that's reaching, because that's kind of leading into some Secret War kind of stuff, which is, if you're a comic book reader and you know anything about Marvel, there was an event called Secret War that has to do with different universes clashing against each other. I don't want them to kill Thor.
If they don't all die, who do you think will die?
I think, so statistically speaking, I think Captain America will go. I think Captain America will go because he's been saying himself that he wants to take a break, and he doesn't want to be in the limelight anymore. But that's perfect though. Chris Evans.
Yeah.
But it's perfect though because I think from what I was reading, he only has one more movie that he's literally contracted for. So that's his escape. He can literally get out if he wants to. And it's a perfect setup for Bucky becoming.
But then there's a whole thing with Iron Man and Bucky killing his parents and.
Yeah, so how that'll play out, and I from what Bucky had signed on with Marvel Studios for 9 movies, 9 movies, something like that, from what we've heard. So he's got a lot more to fulfill. He's only done 3 tops, so he can very well become the next Captain America.
I think there's already a pop out.
Yeah, they let out a pop character. It's a special pop character, and it literally says Bucky Captain America.
Yeah.
And if y'all remember, a few years ago before Civil War came out, they let out a pop character that was Giant Man, and that character came to life. We saw Giant Man in Civil War, so that might. Pop. Usually, if they make it a pop, it's like almost for sure that it might happen.
Well, could there be a possibility that he wouldn't die, just step down?
Yeah, that's also a possibility too. That's why I was telling Gia. I was like, they might just leave him open. They might not kill him.
It doesn't look like he's suited up, or that he even wants to be.
Personally, I think someone needs to die.
Yeah.
I think someone needs to go just to make this.
You've been saying that since Civil War.
Yeah, someone needs to die. I honestly, nothing against the character War Machine, but I got excited when he got hit. I was like, oh, the dude's dead. Like I want to have that emotional.
The only one that's ever died was Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even at that, I felt like we could have had more of him.
Yeah.
But I want to have that emotional breakdown. I want to have that feeling of, oh man, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone, and this character really altered this universe.
He started it.
And then now you can have the kind of get together avenging his death. Their death.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of saying before we got sidetracked. I don't want Thanos to die. He can't die. I really don't want them to kill him off because Thanos? What? Oh, Thor. Thor is actually another person that we heard that I read that he might die. He might go.
Well, he doesn't have his hammer.
Doesn't have his hammer. That's one
but
thing.
He showed that he can be more without his hammer in the trailer.
In the trailer of Thor Ragnarok with the electricity going on and the thunder or whatever the heck is going on around him and his blue eyes.
And it doesn't look... I didn't see his hammer anywhere in Infinity Wars, so...
But you know who I haven't seen in a while? Jane Foster.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her, so I wonder if they're gonna throw her in there. I don't know what's going on exactly, but any final thoughts though?
Well, isn't she now Thor?
In the comic book, Jane Foster becomes Thor, which is why I was kind of on the lookout for her, but I don't know. Do you know? You? Final thoughts? Just scared in general?
Yes.
The trailer that we saw, I give it a 9. I give it a hard 9, just because we've built up throughout the years for this, for so long, and we said this in the Justice League trailer. If y'all checked it out before this, that it's I have so much of an emotional attachment to this. I'm just over the top excited. It could go either way. I think the thing that overpowers me is just seeing so many characters on screen for the first time. So that within itself is super exciting for me. Any final thoughts for you?
I'm speechless.
That's all it is?
Yeah.
It is what it is, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Ready for it.
I don't understand what's taking so long to release the actual trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, because, we were able to see it because, we have ways and
I have ways.
the people rebelled and recorded anyway.
Do you really think that they'll go so far as doing alternate universes?
I don't know. There's that geek in me that's like that fanboy who's like, that just wants there to be alternate universes because they're doing it in Justice League.
Yeah.
DC's throwing it out there. DC's trying to hang on to themselves, so I think it's one of their things that they're trying to throw out there and maybe try and grab a good group of their fans back. But it's not as far fetched as it used to be. It's definitely a possibility. Do I think that they'll do it? I have honestly right now, it's like a 10% chance. I know it's far out there, but I know that it is a very small possibility.
So if they all die, what's gonna happen?
If they all die, then I don't know. That's something that maybe the only thing I can think of is I said, someone getting the sleight of hand and having a smarter thinking of how to think of a way if they all died, maybe they can come back to life or to use the time gem or
die, but they won't die.
Yeah.
What about Spider-Man?
And you remember, guys, there's an Infinity War 2 movie.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be a part 2 to this whole debacle.
Debacle?
Yeah. Debacle. Tabasco
Debacle?
sauce. But yeah. Honestly, after I saw the trailer that got released, not officially, of course, again, I was just kind of set back by it, and it's
like those little things that you need to pay attention to.
So much more anticipated action.
You can't pay attention to because you can't really see it.
Yeah, but we got it. We were able to see it and get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Shall we
box it up?
Shall we box it up?
Did we do rating?
To go? Yeah, we did 10. We gave it all a 9. 9, a solid 9 and 10. Alright guys, well with that being said, anything that you have to say, throw it in the comment section below. Again, this is Mercedes, this is Gia, and I am the J in Jed. Till next time guys.
Check you later.
Jed.